Hey, what is up, you guys? This is Silver Fang, and today I'm back with another video. And today I just wanted to throw in my 2 cents on a topic that's been going up for a while now. And it's the topic that recently I've been seeing popping up a lot, especially with the confirmation, well, not the confirmation, but the affirmation from Yamato saying that she wants to join the Straw Hats, or in more specific terms, she wants to go out to sea with Luffy. Now, this has created a little bit of a controversy because we saw Yamato clash with Kaido, and now a lot of people, a lot of YouTubers are saying, well, with the addition of Yamato to the crew, the Monster Trio dynamic is pretty much dead. The Monster Trio dynamic is pretty much dead. This is also enforced by the fact that Jinbei is also now in the crew. So is the Monster Trio really dead? Is the joining of Yamato to the Straw Hats gonna kill the Monster Trio dynamic? In my opinion, and based on what we've seen in the past, hell no. Hell no, no way, no way, no way. We've seen this happen plenty of times before, and every time it happens, everybody's like, well, the Monster Trio is dead, the Monster Trio is dead. Oda loves the Monster Trio dynamic. There is no way that the Monster Trio dynamic is dead. Now, let's see why people say this. Why are people saying that the Monster Trio is dead? Well, the Monster Trio consists of the three strongest guys in the crew are Luffy, then Zoro, then Sanji. Or some people might say Luffy as the captain, then Zoro as the right hand, Sanji as the left hand. And because of this, now that Yamato's joined the crew, it's gonna some way somehow shift that, and the Jinbei dynamic is also gonna make that look a little weird because he's so strong and whatever and whatnot. But let's see how the Monster Trio has been dead before. When first time I can think of the Monster Trio being dead, well, the first time was when Robin joined the crew. When Robin joined the crew, it was like, what the hell? This girl is way too strong. Her devil fruit is way too OP. The Monster Trio is dead. She's probably stronger than Sanji. She's probably stronger than Zoro. And it took a while for Robin to show us what she could actually do. And the first time that I think she did show us how she could handle herself in a full fight was in Skypiea after she joined the crew. So let's say, for example, that when she joined at that exact moment, she was stronger than Zoro and stronger than Sanji. Let's take that hypothetical. But the thing is that Oda, as the writer, even though she was stronger, he never made her shine more than Zoro or Sanji until Zoro and Sanji caught up. Get that? Again, Oda never made Robin shine until Zoro and Sanji caught up. Next example I can think of. In the Water 7 arc, Frankie had an amazing showing in Water 7. He even beat the strongest guy apparently that was on the train besides the CP9 members. This was the guy, forgot his name, can't remember it right now. This was the guy that was supposed to join CP9, or was a CP9 member in training. He was the strongest guy on the train besides the actual CP9 members. Frankie was the one that defeated guys. But then later in that arc, after we were like, yo, if Frankie joins the crew, the Monster Trio is dead. This man is way too strong. And what happens later on? Zoro and Sanji get power-ups. And then Frankie doesn't look all that impressive anymore, because now Zoro and Sanji are on par with him. Now, let's bring up a little bit of a more interesting topic, right? Chopper, especially his monster point. In my opinion, again, in my opinion, I think Chopper had the most destructive power. Again, not saying he was the strongest, but Chopper had the most destructive power on the crew for a while. Even after Sanji and Zoro got their power-ups. Because you gotta remember, right? Chopper fought one of the weaker members of CP9. But after he went Monster Point, he took care of him no problem. No problem. No problem. No difficulties at all. While Sanji and Zoro took on the third strongest and the second strongest, but it was a really high diff fight. So in that fight, Sanji got that Diable Jamba and Zoro got Ashura. And we saw that Zoro caught Gaku's Tempest Kick. The Tempest Kick previously cut the Tower of Heaven in half. And then Zoro cut right through that. You could say that, well, that says that Zoro had enough destructive power to destroy a tower. Which might be true at that point. But he could, after that fight, he could probably use Ashura like one time. Maybe two times. And from what we've seen from the recent chapters, Ashura actually takes a lot out of Zoro. It's like his final move, right? This was later backed up after in the Archipelagos when he fought Kizaru. That was the last move he tried to use, and afterwards he couldn't fight. Granted, he was injured, but what I'm trying to say is that that's the most destructive power that Zoro has shown at that particular moment. And while he did have enough power to cut a tower in half with one attack, I feel that if Chopper left alone to his own devices could have probably brought down the whole building. He could have probably brought down the whole building, the whole structure. And Oda never gave Chopper control of this form. Because remember, back then there was no Haki. At least that we knew at that point. So a giant monster with, I believe that the only one that could fight Chopper at that point would have been Luffy with Gear 3. Because Chopper was OP as hell in Monster Point. But again, Oda never gave Chopper control of the monster form until Sanji and Zoro were on par. And the first thing he does to show that they're on par, once they come back from the time skip, the first thing he does is show Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji defeating a giant creature with ease. That's the first thing he shows before he tells us as the readers that now Chopper has control of Monster Point. The first thing he does is say, well, Chopper has control of Monster Point, but now Zoro and Sanji can take care of a big monster like this with ease. You see what I'm saying? You could argue that Chopper was stronger than Zoro and Sanji in Monster Point. I could see Zoro giving him a little bit of a fight, but I can't see Sanji putting a scratch on Monster Point Chopper before the time skip. And Zoro, he may be able to cut him a little bit, but I still don't see him matching power with Monster Point Chopper. But that's the thing. Oda loved the Monster Trio dynamic so much that he never gave Chopper control of that form until they caught up. Another example, Jinbei. In Fishman Island, Jinbei joins the crew. And when he joined at that particular moment, Jinbei was probably stronger than Sanji, and Zoro was pretty freaking powerful, but Jinbei was around that level. So what happens? Oda didn't want to create the controversy. Well, we have Jinbei on the crew now, everything is fine because Jinbei is the strongest. So what does he do? He stalls Jinbei joining the crew until Zoro and Sanji definitely were stronger than Jinbei. And now Jinbei's finally in the crew, and he's taking on a Tobiropo, while Zoro just clashed with Kaido and was on the rooftop fighting both Big Mom and Kaido. And if we're scaling Sanji to Zoro, because that's something that's always going to happen, Sanji through the rest of the series is always going to be scalable to Zoro. So seeing what Zoro did, we have to put Sanji right there. Even though he hasn't shown any feats yet, we have to put Sanji right there. And Jinbei is Tobiropo level, while Zoro, as we saw, is probably first division commander level now. And Sanji is probably right behind him. So what's going to happen when Yamato joins? Because she's clashing against Kaido. Well, number one, Kaido is probably going to hold back. Even though he said he wouldn't. But that's still his daughter. So he's probably going to hold back. And I feel like Sanji and Zoro have 2 more fights. Well, Sanji has 1 more fight. Zoro just fought Kaido. And now he's going to have 1 more fight. And when it comes to power-ups, I'm still waiting for Zoro to get the Ni Daikitetsu. That's another power-up that Zoro's probably going to get this arc. And he might have to master or at least get some control of his Conqueror's Haki before this arc is over. So Zoro's going to get 2 power-ups. And we still don't know what Sanji can do. So even if Yamato joins the crew, and everybody's saying, well, she's way too strong. She's doing all this and she hasn't even used her double full power yet. And that is true. And I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but I can guarantee you this. I can almost guarantee you this. Whenever she does join the crew, regardless of how strong she looks now, whenever she does join the crew, based on everything that we've seen in the past, Zoro and Sanji are going to be stronger. Let me repeat that. Regardless what happens from now on, whenever Yamato decides to join the crew, if she does, whenever that happens, whether it's at the end of this arc or later on, whenever we see the 3 of them fighting again after this arc is over, because she might be stronger by the end of the arc, but whenever we see the crew fighting another group next, Zoro and Sanji are going to be stronger. After this arc, whenever we see the Straw Hat crew fighting another group in a full-scale fight, whether it's the Marines, whether it's in Elbath, whether it's wherever else, Zoro and Sanji are going to be stronger than Yamato. So that's pretty much it. That's it for today's video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed my thoughts, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. If you like One Piece, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. There's more One Piece videos coming. And with that being said, have an awesome day. Catch you guys in the next one.